So my name's Rebecca Robles. I'm a member of the Juaneño Band of Mission Indians, Acjachemen Nation. We call ourselves Acjachemen, but the name Juaneño came San Juan Capistrano. My mother was very, very active. The last 15 years of her life she devoted to preservation of sacred sites and culture areas, burial grounds, important sites, historical sites. Much has been lost. When they think of Native Americans, they think of people from South Dakota with big feathers and headdresses, and they don't realize that we're here and that we're a vibrant living culture. Our ancestors have lived here for thousands of years. Some of the sites in Orange County date 10,000 years. Some of the sites are that you probably have heard of but don't even realize how important they are. Bolsa Chica in Huntington Beach, that's the only place in North America where cogstones are found. We suppose that they were used for like observation of the stars or ceremonial use. My mother's family was from Panjay. That's a village to the south of here, at the mouth of San Mateo. Another site that we're working with the community on to preserve is the site of Puthitam in San Juan Capistrano. That's our mother village. The people came there from a different place, a village called Sehat. There was a drought, and the chief, his name was Oyayasan, he came and he established a village there. He left his daughter, her name was Corone. After Corone, all of our female leaders were called Corones. They came there because there was a spring. The spring was bubbling up from the earth. And Corone, by chance, had a navel that was, protruded. And so that site is called Puthitam. It means her navel. The city of San Juan Capistrano, community leaders, preservationists, and historians, tribal members, were working together to preserve the site and to establish a park there. We've survived. We survived. Many people say it was a genocide because we suffered such such hard times. We were removed from the land. We were essentially attached to the missions. Essentially, the labor force lived under very, very harsh conditions. And then when the country became a part of Mexico, the lands were supposed to be transferred to the Native Americans, but they weren't. We had treaties, and then when we became a part of the United States, we had treaties, but the treaties were not ratified. And so we have a very curious relationship to the land because we have these very, very strong ties, very strong historical ties, and actually responsibilities to take care of our culture, to take care of these sites, and yet we don't have, they're not, they may belong to private individuals or the state or the federal government, and so it's a challenge. There was a great persecution of Native Americans, and so we, to survive, we kept quiet. So we are still here. We do have our gatherings. We called them fiestas. We have powwows now. We have gatherings. We consider the earth to be our mother. We consider that we have sacred responsibility to care for our mother. We had a knowledge, we had a wisdom that all of us had. When there was the influenza, the great epidemic, I think it was in 1918, that my uncle Sonny, Edward Valenzuela, he was very, very ill. They thought he was going to die through the night, and my grandmother stayed up all through the night and packed him in herbs, and brought his fever down. And he lived through the night. A doctor came by the following morning and said, and asked her, what did you do? What medicines did you use? What herbs? Because whatever you did, we need to know so that we can help other people live. That's sacred knowledge, because the plants, they were all gifts from Creator. I understand that all of the animals were our teachers. They taught us how to live, and that way of life, it's it's different, it's gone. We have little teeny pieces of it. When we all come together and share our knowledge, that it's like a cup that is broken, a saucer and a cup. And if you look at it, it's just like a little shard of something. But when we share our knowledge and come together, that those little shards form the saucer and the cup. And it may be still kind of a fractured, broken cup, but you can still see that it is a cup. Our culture is very similar to our neighbors to the south, the Luceños, and we share culture with the tribes to the north, the Gabrielino Tongva. And what I understand is that most of Southern California culture, it was so similar. And so when we share with each other, we have pieces of our culture that make it more whole.